Hi there, I'm Amira. This is Devine, where we talk about all things spirituality and being a spiritual being, having a physical experience, learning, growing, healing through the process. Today, I wanted to talk a bit about being the black sheep of the family. A lot of the time, the black sheep is born into a very toxic family, and a family that doesn't mirror them at all. They're absolutely nothing like the people around them, completely different than the people around them. They have different ideals. They view the world in a very different manner. A lot of times, um, they are the souls who are meant to be the generational curse breakers, the ones who go against the societal script that has already been pre-written for them. And a lot of times when growing up, it doesn't seem that way because you're ostracized. You are made to be kind of like the outcast. And your family members usually don't treat you very well. They put you down. You can be sometimes the scapegoat. And made to feel like you're less than everyone else. And the truth is that it's not true at all. A lot of the times the black sheep is actually the most creative one, very highly intelligent, and the one who is supposed to succeed in this life and gain the necessary strength and experience to be support and a compassionate soul and leader for others on this journey and this path. This life is chosen for the black sheep for a reason. Before we're born on the earth, and that is to shine a beacon of light in the most darkest of places. If you think about the families that the black sheep are born in, a lot of the times um, it's toxic behaviors that's passed down from generation to generation to generation, and the black sheep being the one who sees the world differently, and a lot of times being able to see beyond the veil and having the strength to heal themselves and the resilience and the resources from within to change the story. They take that DNA and heal it so that the next generation no longer has to go through the same things that you went through. This is a very, very special task that you've been given. So, never believe when the naysayers of your family, make you feel like you're less than, or project things on you that they feel about themselves, when in reality, you're actually a very kind, compassionate soul. A lot of the times, you're the empath of the group. And sometimes, it is okay to walk away from people. And even if it's your family of origin, if it's something that's keeping you in a state of insecurity, and just a negative feeling within yourself, then it's definitely okay to walk away and empower yourself. You don't always have to prove a point as to why you are worthy or valuable or prove your value to these people, because how they treat you is not an actual reflection of who you are, but it is the reflection of how they feel about themselves and how they wish that possibly they could be. And you are meant to be the example and lead by example. So, you know, I say all of this to say because I can relate to this very personally. Growing up, I was very different from everyone around me, and I always thought that maybe there was possibly something wrong with me, you know, and, um, I felt like it was always, you know, a group of people in my family who stuck together, and then there was me. And it made me feel very bad about myself, even though, I could see a lot of the good things about me. But because the good things about me was never, well received, you know, um, I never really wanted to shine that much, in front of my family, in fear that I would offend someone, you know, or make someone jealous. But, as I'm growing, I learned, and I'm seeing that there was never actually anything wrong with me at all. You know, that that's just the dynamic of the family. And yes, you know, having grown up and, just kind of being the outsider and just not really feeling like I was ever accepted by my family or really loved by them or felt like they hated me or that there was something wrong with me. I kind of became an introvert in a sense. And when it comes to social situations, I would always hear this voice in my head telling me that you're not good enough and that what you have to say is not of value. And this is a voice that, I still struggle with from time to time, and I'm learning to overcome it and to embrace myself and to move on from it. But this is a story and a narrative that we do have to detach from and be the observer of it and not the believer of it. Because all in all, we gained the experience, the strength and resilience through it. And now, having gone through the spiritual awakening process, which a lot of times these very traumatic experience kind of jolt us into that spiritual awakening process. Now we can observe it and look at it with full awareness and say, okay, I understand what I was born into, but it is not me, and I am not it, and that I can rise above it. And to do that, even if you have to separate yourself from the situation, a lot of times you got to pay attention to how people make you feel, even if they're not necessarily, saying something that's very negative to you. Energy and emotions, it does not lie. So if you can get yourself away from the environment onto a new path for yourself and just really focusing on the healing work within yourself and detaching from that narrative, then you can grow in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit to fully align to the journey and the path that was meant and laid out for you. As the person who was meant to overcome, as the person who's meant to break those generational curses, as the person who's meant to forge a new life, of higher frequency and of a certain character for yourself and for your family, and to rewrite that story. So, no, yes, no, the black sheep is not a bad thing. The black sheep is, in fact, a very good thing. it is a blessing to be the black sheep. And it's the black sheep who, I like to say, turns into the goat. And you owe it to yourself. You are highly deserving of it to be that person who stands tall, overcomes it, makes it through to the other side, and to be a story, beacon of light, an example for those to come. So I love you, all my black sheep children, children who are different, children who stand out. You're not meant to fit in, blend in. You're meant to shine. You're meant to be yourself. You're meant to be creative. You're meant to share who you are with the world. And sometimes you have to do this without caring about what other people think. And if they aren't congratulating you, then you can kindly remove yourself, congratulate yourself, and continue on your journey towards wholeness, self-love, and self-realization. So that's all. I love you guys. As always, continue to take care of you.